Space 101.1 FM, KMGP, welcomes you to Broken, Alaska, the world's only improvised ongoing drama series. We open in Minnewacan, North Dakota, where Annika is on the trail of the arch-criminal Red Trousers. She's questioning local radio reporter Quentin Anderson, who she thinks may be able to give her some clues.
This is Quentin Anderson, KQZZ, Devil's Lake. We'll be right back after these messages. All right, Annika, we've got about a minute before we're back on the air.
Okay, I'll get right to it then. What do you know about the Red Trousers?
You mean Rouge Dockers?
Fine, Rouge Dockers.
Look, we never spoke, and you were never here.
Of course.
Last I heard, he was near Libby, Montana.
The old mining town? The EPA Superfund site?
Terrible tragedy.
Huh. There's only, about 2,000 people there?
It's a tiny town. Beautiful. Near the Kootenai National Forest.
I feel like you're holding back on me, Quentin.
Annika.
Quentin.
What could he be there for except maybe the polar bear dip or maybe the Morrison School winter concert?
Good points. Those are both intriguing events.
If you're heading to Libby, check out the town's Heritage Museum. They have a wonderful display of old buttons.
Yeah, I think I will.
Sorry, Annika. We're back on the air in 3, 2. Welcome back, Minnewacan, KQZZ.
You're listening to Broken, Alaska, radio's only improvised ongoing drama series. Mayor Frost has been gone so long that many of the locals thought he was actually dead. But no one is more excited about his unexpected return than Heather, who worships not only the ground he stands on, but whatever is beneath that. She's been redoing his office in City Hall like something out of a romance novel. Will this be the day he succumbs to her charms?
And this, I had to hang. I knew you'd love it. It was actually worn by Fabio. I got it at the convention last year.
Well, it's an interesting redecoration of the office you've done, Heather. I always appreciate your efforts.
I've tried to make the office just as luxurious as possible for you. I know you really have enjoyed a certain lifestyle while you were away, and I wanted to make this feel so warm and cozy for you back home in Broken. Would you like to sit down? I just had the fainting couch reupholstered.
That's wonderful, Heather.
You can sit right here next to me if you'd like. Well, you know, you always have so much on your mind. You're such a great mayor. I mean, it was so wonderful how you came back to town just at the right moment. Thank you so much for returning on the night before the election and saving our town from that devil Brickman.
Of course I came back for the election. That is exactly why I came back to Broken, Heather. I'm always here for you.
This Canadian ghoul, Gordy, he's been digging holes, trying to get oil in our town. You have to help us, Mayor.
Oh, I'm your man for that, Heather. If there's a Canadian I can't stop, I'm not Mayor Frost. I'll get to that early next week. Happy to do it. Heather, here's the thing. I've just gotten back to town, and as you know, I am exhausted from a good deal of travel.
I know, but why don't you sit down and tell me some of those lovely stories of you traveling to those exotic places? I'm sure. Just sit down right next to me.
Heather, aren't you freezing, Heather? That frilly nightgown.
This is silk. I know you like the feel of silk.
Look, Heather, here, put your parka on. You're going to freeze, even with all these candles going.
I'm always warm, inside and out, when you're around, Mayor.
Oh, and my hand's not cold, but sure, you can hold my hand, Heather. That's fine.
I think if you sit down next to me, we can be really warm together, and you can tell me a wonderful story. Let me kick off my little slippers here. I just got a pedicure.
That's great, Heather.
Oh, we have missed you so much. You must have done some amazing business deals down there. That trade junket for 8 years? Oh, my goodness.
We'll be brimming in business. Absolutely.
And you've always just looked fantastic, but oh, my goodness, those blonde streaks in your hair and that tan, and you're just so fit like Fabio.
Oh, Heather, the Caribbean, the sun, the beach, the surf, the mornings, watching exquisite suntan, oily women do yoga.
You like to watch people do yoga?
Well, I mean,
I have been doing yoga, a special kind of moose yoga. Would you like to moose breathe with me? We can breathe. Here, come closer. Let me. Okay, here we go.
Close.
Put your hand right here on my diaphragm. Oh, oh yes, Mayor. I can feel your spirit antlers just growing.
That does feel like a diaphragm. That's exciting. And I should learn more about moose
breathing, spirit antlers.
Heather, as much as I'd like to watch you continue to doing what you're doing right now, you know my first priority is as mayor of this town.
Oh, of course.
So let's get to work, Heather. What do you say?
Anything for you.
So, Heather, first order of business today is I am staying in that dump above the Twisted Dinghy because my home, I don't know why, wasn't ready for me to come home to.
Well, you did surprise me. I mean, I'm always hoping that you're going to walk through that door.
Oh, I was just a little disappointed, Heather, that my
sorry.
house wasn't ready for me.
Well,
I would certainly love it and appreciate it if you could get that place cleaned up. The whole bathroom needs a quick regrouting. If you could get that ready, I'd love to have a hot bath tonight.
well,
That's great, Heather. I love that. That's
the
wonderful.
regrouting, well,
So also, I have got 2 or 3 shipping containers of coconuts coming in. They need to go into the basement. It'll only take you a few hours.
Coconuts.
I only drink coconut milk these days, Heather. Can you do that for me?
sure. I will just go get my back brace.
I was just wondering if you could run over to Feltcher's and restock the pantry and the fridge for me.
As far as getting you some food, I'm going to have to go to Austinville for that, so it may be a little bit.
Heather, just get some food at Feltcher's.
Well, for some reason, Felcher's has been closed for like 3 or 4 days. There's paper up on the windows, and I'm not really sure what's going on there. No one's seen Old Man Fletcher for 2 weeks now.
But if you could run up to Austinville and get some groceries today, that would be wonderful. I can have a hot bath, a home-cooked meal. And if you don't mind cooking just a little something when you get back, that would be
Sure.
fantastic, Heather. That's
Anything
wonderful,
for-
Heather. I knew you'd
Anything
do
for
it.
you.
Oh, and by the way, Heather, there's a family of skunks that are living in the crawl space. If you could just get under there and sweep them out, that would be wonderful.
Okay, I think I can get a gas mask from George and...
There's one more thing. And Heather, I can only trust you in the most utter confidence.
Okay. Anything for you. What? Yes,
Heather.
sir.
This is absolutely priority A, city business. I need you to mail this envelope today.
Oh, okay.
You'll need to pay particular attention to the postage. Make sure you get it correct. It's going to Santo Domingo La Sucha in the Caribbean.
Santo Domingo. Okay. Let me see. This is pretty heavy, and you make
Yeah.
sure it's... That's a lot of cash. Can you send cash through the mail like that, Mayor Frost? Is this legal?
Absolutely, Heather. That's cash going to the Widows Yoga Fund in Santo Domingo. This supports...
Santo Domingo. I will take care of that when I go up to Austinville. They have a bigger post office than we do, so I'll make sure that gets out. Anything else I can do for you, Mayor?
Oh, my goodness, Heather, no. All the widows and the orphans of Santo Domingo love you. I appreciate everything you've done. If you could just give me a ring when you've got the bath drawn tonight, I'll pop right over.
I will be waiting for you.
Heather, don't answer the phone.
What? That is my job. It's a big part of my job. I have to answer the phone.
Okay, Heather, listen. Answer the phone. If it's anyone with a Caribbean accent, I'm not here. Or better, you last saw me in the Panama Canal.
Caribbean accent? Just let me answer this. Hello, Broken Town Hall. No, Mary. Yes, I know the potholes keep getting bigger. I have Sheriff Jim on it. We have a problem with...
Heather, see you later. Thanks for everything. I'm going to see you later.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
oh.
Bye. See you later.
Bye.
Thanks for doing everything.
You're listening to Broken Alaska, radio's only improvised ongoing drama series on Space 101.1. Visit us on Facebook at Broken AK and catch up on previous episodes via your favorite podcaster. Mark continues to be plagued by dreams about Denise's little dog Pugsy. So far, Doc Burgess hasn't been able to lend much assistance beyond his always sympathetic ear. And he doesn't even know the extent of what's been plaguing Mark. But he's about to find out.
Oh, come here, kitty. Come on, buddy.
Well, with the empty shelves, they have a lot of places to play and climb, I guess.
Come on, buddy, please.
Are they able to stay away from that sizable hole there?
Well, yeah, but it's hard. Yeah, okay, come
It's
here.
not
buddy.
outgassing or anything. You're not getting any fumes in here, are you?
No, well, and the hole in the roof would take care of any ventilation, but so far we've been good. They're going to start tearing it down next week.
I'm so sorry to see this go. Well, I also wanted to stop by and see how you're doing. And this has got to be stressful. I mean, are you sleeping all right?
Not really. Dreams about the bookstore, dreams about Brooke and Pugsy.
Pugsy dreams still.
This last bout, I'm here in the bookstore, and I'm buried under a stack of books and shelves, and I'm trying to get out. Every time I think I have any kind of an opening, more books fall on me. And then parts of the roof start falling on me. Then, just when I think I've gotten something, Pugsy jumps on top of the pile of books, and he looks me dead in the eyes, and he says, I told you so. And then the floor collapses, and then I wake up.
Well, I mean, what you're describing is the scene that we're seeing here, so that's not
It's
not so unusual. But,
No. After these dreams, I have this horrible feeling of claustrophobia, like everything is closing in.
something that could help with that is what's called belly breathing. That helps to reduce the anxiety. Don't do moose breathing because that's not really a thing.
No,
but,
no. I've been feeling a lot of pressure. I have this huge secret that I've been carrying around, and I need to get rid of it, Doc. I need to tell somebody.
Of course, whatever we say is confidential.
And I appreciate that about you. See, my mother appeared to me one night.
Appeared.
Came to me as I was walking through the woods, and she told me what Pugsy really is.
He's not a pug.
He's the vessel that carries the spirit of former President Warren G. Harding.
Huh. The town founder,
Yeah.
president, and
Apparently, President Harding has been selected from all the other spirits to help look over the town.
So, look, Mark, I know that you feel your cat Sarsfield can read in English and French and German, and
Right.
this seems to go a bit beyond that. So let me get this straight. You're saying that Pugsy is Warren G. Harding.
Yes, I am.
You believe this. So to your knowledge, is there any history of emotional distress or mental illness that might run in your family?
My mom's a nature spirit.
Okay, well, that's different. So, Mark, how many times have you been tased exactly?
Only 4 that I remember, but I've started carrying a hand mirror with me, so nobody can sneak up on me now.
That's a sensible precaution, of course.
Look, I know this sounds crazy.
And you haven't sustained any blows to the head or... That you,
No, not that I'm aware of.
right, how would you know?
Right, but Doc, it's the truth.
This is a little concerning. This dog that you've been following around town, who is appearing in your dreams and talking to you...
Whoa! Where did you two come from?
Guten Morgen.
Ja, jawohl. How are you there?
Oh, it's the German scientist from the lab.
Sorry to startle you there.
How were things going with Gunther?
Not so well. Gunther, he complains the noises we make his ears hurt, and he's getting very, how do they say, kvetchy.
Yeah, we think he is starting to outgrow the living arrangements we have for him here in the lab. He's getting very demanding.
Well, wild animals, rabbits, and too would get kind of finicky after a while.
Yeah, he's asking for fur lining on his bed.
Oh, who wouldn't?
Yeah, and the higher thread count sheets, we're really trying to be accommodating, but it's very hard.
So how are the audiology experiments with the rabbit going?
Well, not so sure he is university material.
We think Gunther might be better off with the skilled trades, teaching him how to weld or do electronic assembly, that kind of thing.
Well, as you can see, my shelves are bare, but I was reading in the Alaska Review of Books on the latest issue. They do have a vocational trade guide for rabbits and other rodents. Some rats are very good at electronic assembly.
I've read some research recently. They're doing some wonderful things with robotic thumbs for pets.
We need an animal that is suited to better reading material.
Where is your little kitty cat?
Yeah, the Sarsfield you keep talking about. The wonderful orange Tom that leaps and hops, and he likes to sit by the cash register all the time. Hey, Sarsfield, come here, kitty. Come on.
Sarsfield, may I pet you, Sarsfield?
Of course.
Oh,
look.
Purr, he's so sweet. I like this little kitty cat very much, don't you?
Oh, yeah, look at him. Look at the ears, and they perk right up. And look at that skull, throbbing with the intelligence. This is a cat in perfect health.
Well, we try to take care of them.
Hypothetically, if I hypothetically got a cat like, little Sarsfield, Hypothetically, of course, what kind of food would this hypothetical cat like to eat?
Sarsfield generally likes chicken with a little bit of olive oil and some tuna, of course, because seafood helps stimulate brain function.
We have a small number of strays nearby. Are you interested in adopting a cat?
Oh, this is all just hypothetical, yeah.
Well, if you're curious, I can get a can of his food. I think I have one left behind the counter here. Let me just duck back here and get it. Here you go. Doc, where'd they go?
They were just here. I didn't hear anything.
Neither did I. Oh, hi, Lars.
Lars, how are you?
Oh, Doc, how's the kombucha treatment treating you?
Well, the kombucha has not been treating me well as of late, but it's still a great, tasty beverage. I appreciate that.
Oh, sure. Well, maybe a doubling the dosage will help it overcome whatever problems it might be having with it.
I don't know if I can go much higher than I'm taking now, Lars, but yeah, we'll work it out.
Well, I think a case a day is not unexpected for a man like yourself.
I don't want my liver to fail, but...
Well, I know you're a medical man, doctor. I leave it to your discretion, but we've had mighty fine results across the board with all the peoples. And speaking of results, doctor, I come to ask you if you could help me with a result.
Well, sure. What's going on, Lars?
Oh, I'm going to visit my beloved Denise, who's on the World Library Tour with her best friend. And you know, what I'd like to do is I'd like to go with her and not to have to concern myself with worrying about my two pets, Honey and Red. You know Honey, the honey badger, and Red, the lobster?
Yes.
Well, I know you've created an association with Red the last time you were over for the jacuzzi night. If you could just mind them and feed them while I'm away, I would be much indebted to you.
I'd be happy to do that. It would be great if you could also see if we can get Honey back where she belongs.
Well, Honey has been doing quite a bit of attempted digging on the Moshi Moshi Toibashi boat. So you'll want to be aware that there might be places in the boat that are structurally unsound at the moment. But if you could just, when you're feeding Honey, Doc, make sure you always don't approach her from behind. But if you could just feed them twice a day or maybe 3 times a day and perhaps hang out in the jacuzzi with Red, that would be wonderful. I'm not going to be gone very long.
I'll do what I can.
I've trained Honey to just crawl right up in my lap. I feed her right from my hand, and I've only had a couple stitches.
What are you feeding Honey these days? I know they like honey, but beyond that, they're carnivores.
You can let Honey out, and she'll go into the woods and come back with something usually.
Rose is out of town. I wonder if she has any fresh kills from her taxidermy hobby that we might be able to borrow.
Well, I appreciate your reasonable approach to things, Doc, and I'm indebted to you for doing this for me.
Well, please say hi to Kitty and Denise, and if possible, please, let's find a better home for Honey.
Okay, Doc, I'll see you later.
Bye, Lars.
Bert has somehow gotten George involved in his recent health kick. Well, he's at least gotten George to agree to go with him on a daily walk. It gives them time to breathe in deeply the crisp, fresh Alaskan air and talk about the matters of the day. In Broken, that could mean anything from the city replacing a burned-out streetlight to the civil war that nearly broke out that one time that the town council passed a resolution requiring all businesses wash their windows at least annually. As we catch up with them, George and Bert are strolling down Main Street. George, did you see that they painted the fire hydrant?
Oh, they did a good job.
You know, George, I have a good friend who was supposed to be coming out here from New York, and he should have been here by now. I'm a bit concerned. I don't know what might have happened to him.
Well, was he driving?
But he was budgeting, he said, 3 weeks. It's an awfully long time to drive across country. I mean, one could get lost, I suppose, but...
Is this the friend you visited in New York when you ran back for the marathon?
Yes, it was. In fact, he was my supervisor when I was on the Metropolitan Police Force in London.
Why is he coming here?
Well, just between you and I, he was helping me out on a bit of research about the whole dagger episode.
Oh, so he knows something about the dagger?
Well, if anyone knows more about the dagger than I, it would definitely be Detective Inspector James, yes.
Look, all the papers off the windows at Feltcher's grocery store.
There's a new sign. They took down the one that was misspelled. Curious to see...
What's that name up there? It says Fletchapolitan... What is that?
No, it says Fletchapolitan Market.
Fletchapolitan?
I think it's more like Fletcher's and Apolitan put together.
Oh. Wow, look, the windows are so clean. You can see everything.
Look at the outside. They put a facade of stone on the outside.
They really did a job, didn't they?
Let's go in.
Oh, okay, let's...
Oh my gosh, they've put in hardwood floors.
Wow. Look at the olive section.
I didn't know there was more than one kind of olives. Look over there, George. There's a whole section called prepared foods. I wonder what that means.
Wow.
Prepared how? Prepared why?
They have a sushi counter.
Oh my goodness, look at this. They've got California roll and maki roll, and I've never seen anything like that.
This is a total remodel. This is nothing like Feltcher's used to be.
Oh, look, here's the candy bar section. I was actually thinking about getting a Hershey bar. What's this? A Solskin bar made with 65% cacao.
Cacao?
Guarantee that each bean was picked in accordance with the UN Mobile Worker Convention?
My gosh.
And it's $7.
Bert, look at those young people behind the counter. They got spikes in his forehead.
Oh, and look at this young woman. Is she emo or goth? I'm not actually sure what the difference is.
I don't know. There's so much new stuff. I don't know if I can take it. And this music, this hipster music's making my ears bleed. Oh my God, I'm gonna turn off my hearing aids right now.
I think I'm with you, George. This place is taking me a bit out of my comfort zone. Yes, George, can you turn back on your hearing aid for a moment or you won't be able to hear me talk to you?
What are you saying? I can't hear you.
My point exactly.
What now?
Oh, hello, young lady.
Hello and welcome to Fletchapolitan Market. Do you guys want to sample some of our charcuterie?
Oh, good Lord, no. George, let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Heather has called a meeting at Town Hall to discuss the changes to Fletcher's. Fletchapolitan Market. The townsfolk have never seen anything like it, not even in Austinville.
Okay, all right. Everyone come to order. As head of the town council, I, Heather Hearn, welcome you to a very important meeting. As most of you know, Old Man Fletcher has renamed and opened his store, the Fletchapolitan Market. I know. It is
sushi in there.
Exactly. It's so cosmopolitan. I've been in there, and I can say I've seen some things I wish I hadn't seen. There was no spim.
You guys, you ever hear of this stuff? It's called quinoa or kunu, what the heck's that stuff called? Quinoa? Like 16 different varieties.
Right, it's just grain pellets is what it is.
All I can tell you is I went to buy some Kraft macaroni and cheese, and when I went to pay, they told me that they accept Bitcoin or the Fletchapolitan Market app.
What the heck are
An app?
Bitcoin?
I saw that they had bread with 7 grains in it.
And rosemary.
7!
That rosemary.
7?
What do we need 7 grains for?
And there's no venison. He has no venison in there anymore.
I think that we should talk to Old Man Fletcher. He's got to change some of this.
Well, you want to know what the worst part was?
What?
I went to go buy some Warren G. Harding memorabilia, and it had all been replaced with Franklin Pierce memorabilia.
What? No.
Dental
No. This is broken. It has to be Harding.
Did you guys see they got that 3-ply toilet paper too? That stuff with the aloe on it.
With recycled paper, George.
The old paper builds character.
And did you see they brought people into town to work? I mean, they brought people from Portland.
Portland?
Yeah.
My God, this is what it'd have been like if that UGA store had opened up here in town, isn't it? Thank God we drove that guy out of town.
You see? You see?
Oh, look who's coming in here. Look at this, the man of the hour right now. Here's Old Man Fletcher. Old Man Fletcher, you got
my
some business
goodness.
to explain here.
Just calm down, everybody.
I mean, what are you going through, some sort of a midlife crisis or something there, Fletcher? I mean, look at you. You got your hair all dyed black and one of those, like, veneers on your teeth and stuff. Good Lord, man. Pull yourself together.
You know, I've listened to all of you whine for how many years about how bad my store is, about how I don't put out fresh produce and how I fry my donuts in the same grease I use for my fried chicken and they taste taste like fried chicken. I've heard you all. Let me tell you something. When my wife left me 5 years ago, it changed me. And I finally decided that I was going to make my supermarket something this whole town could be proud of. And I've done it. I've turned it into Fletchapolitan Market. There's Lars's kombucha on tap. You don't have to buy Jeff peanut butter or Scuppy anymore. You can actually get freshly ground peanut butter. And those young people that I imported from Portland.
Couldn't you find any locally sourced young people, man?
Well, I tried to get some hipsters from Seattle, but I wanted nice ones. So I got them from Portland instead.
All right, that makes some sense.
I thought you'd like it. I thought you'd like to have fresh cold cuts rather than sliced spam. Before I made these changes, how many of you knew what percentage of cacao was in your chocolate?
Cacao in my chocolate?
I got rid of the lights from the civil defense base. I put in fancy mood lighting. They're LEDs.
Oh, that's nuts.
And what about the magazine section? I got rid of all the guns and ammo and guns and knives and all those magazines and replaced them with Epicurean magazine and the New York Times.
I did find a yoga magazine in there, and that was pretty exciting.
Jesus, Heather, snap out of it.
Well, I have to say it was a bit overwhelming at first, but actually seeing the nutritional information and having there be, positive things, and you actually have a great produce section with some vegan options.
Well, Doc, make sure you come back next week because Brett Brickman is going to be reading from his new self-published book of poetry called Rose is Blue. It's going to be in the vegan section. I'm putting in seats. But, Old Man Fletcher, what about my Kraft macaroni and cheese? Will I be able to get that? Well, no, Bert, I'm afraid that they freed all the slaves from the Kraft factory in Eastern Europe. So I have a nice organic quinoa pasta et fromage.
Oh, my God. Quinoa.
What?
Quinoa.
That's terrible. What's the difference between
vegan vegetables and regular
vegetables?
Poetry. Do you think
has come and
Thank you for joining us for Broken Alaska, the world's only improvised ongoing drama series here on Space 101.1 FM. Starring in this week's episode were Taylor Edwards as Annika, Julie Bragg as Heather, Kevin Trawick as Mayor Frost and Lars Larsenson, Anthony Floyd as Doc Burgess and Quentin Anderson, Michael Crowley as Mark, Dr. Albrecht Mueller and Johnny 99, Carol Sparrow as Dr. Vilda Solveig, George Birch Wirtz as George, Mike Fuller as Old Man Fletcher, Bert, Carlos, and the announcer, and Carrie Aguila as the hipster and Margaret Hall. It was written, directed, edited, and produced by Carrie Aguila and Mike Fuller. Music by Audionautics.com. We'd tell you what's coming up next time on Broken Alaska, but since it's improvised, you'll know as soon as we do.